Dan Patrick airing out all of Kathy Engelbert's dirty laundry. Kathy Engelbert was supposed to do his show. Dan Patrick was waiting for over 2 hours. 2 hours later, after waiting and waiting and waiting, Kathy Engelbert lets Dan Patrick know, oh, sorry, Dan.
The WNBA tried to capitalize on her popularity and crammed a lot of games in over a short amount of time, playing against the best teams in the WNBA.
It all starts with Indiana Fever point guard Caitlin Clark, whose recent headlines have been driven not only by her outstanding performances on the court, but also by her bold remarks and relentless competitive spirit. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 96% of viewers still haven't subscribed yet. It's completely free and only takes a second, but it truly means the world to us. So, did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now, back to the video.
It's like our entire salary to get those. I'm not kidding.
We'll have someone work on that for sure.
We need people.
Throughout the season, Caitlin Clark dealt with intense pressure from constant criticism, injuries, and a series of difficult circumstances that tested her resilience. After suffering her injury, she stepped away from the court to fully recover and refocus on improving her game. Some fans believe the WNBA and the Indiana Fever did not give her the level of support and respect she deserved, though that remains a matter of opinion. Despite every challenge, Clark stayed committed to her recovery, relying on her hard work, determination, and exceptional talent as she prepared for her comeback and aimed to prove once again why she is considered one of the league's top players.
The history of the WNBA is she's now going to try to set the all-time record, but 12 games to go.
During the Wednesday, July 8th, 2026 matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Los Angeles Sparks, a game the Sparks won 106-92. Caitlin Clark returned after missing 2 games with a back injury and finished with 9 points. She logged just 16 minutes in her first game back on the court.
41-38, Fever advantage. Clark, defended by Hell, lost her footing. Kick out to Boston, 3 doesn't go.
Streaking to the basket, and here's what hustle players are all about. You got 3 Phoenix players around Caitlin Clark.
As the game unfolded, when Alyssa Thomas made physical contact with Caitlin Clark, many fans questioned why the referees did not call a foul or take immediate action on the play. The decision quickly sparked widespread debate across social media, with numerous fans openly criticizing the officiating.
But making really peanuts, Dan, when meanwhile this is the reason why everybody's tuning into the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, just on her own, making $76,000 a year, which, I mean, she's making tons of other money in endorsements, but when you look at male athletes, something that I think a lot of them tend to make a habit of is they say, okay, I'm going to spend my paycheck or my salary rather, and I'm going to use that to fund my lifestyle. And I'm going to set aside my endorsement money. I'm going to put that in the bank. I'm going to invest that money. But for these WNBA players, if all you're making is $76,000, you've got to dig into those endorsement dollars to fund a lifestyle. And I'm not just talking about a lavish lifestyle. I'm just talking about a normal lifestyle, which costs even more these days.
One thing is clear. Caitlin Clark is not afraid to speak her mind and make her presence felt both on and off the court. Her rookie salary of $76,595 and her 4-year contract totaling $338,500 are proof of that. Despite earning millions from endorsements, Clark's remark about needing assistance to buy season tickets for her loved ones raised a few eyebrows among fans.
And you're going to continue to see, like 2000, this is a big deal in Indiana, 225% increase in corporate partnerships. You know, every season ticket is sold out. Listen to this one. Concession sales. I like this one in particular, Charlie. 2,826 gallons of beer have been sold.
Wow.
Draft beer. That's an increase of 740%. Hot dog sales up 300%.
Under the current WNBA collective bargaining agreement, Established in 2020 and set to expire in 2027, players' salaries remain restricted by its existing structure. As Caitlin Clark's star power continues to rise, the league's current supply and demand dynamic is steadily shifting more in favor of the players.
Entire Fever payroll is $1.2 million.
Less.
That is less than the minimum salary for a single NBA player with a year's experience. So the women have the headlines, they have the fans, they have the viewers. When the hell?
Still, don't expect to see a GoFundMe page pop up anytime soon. Even if every fan from Indianapolis to Iowa chipped in $1,600 for a Fever season ticket, it wouldn't make a dent in Caitlin Clark's finances. During her time at Iowa, Clark earned an estimated $3 million through name, image, and likeness deals before she ever stepped onto a WNBA court. She also signed lucrative 8-figure contracts with Wilson for her own basketballs and Nike for her signature shoes. In addition, she has partnerships with companies like Gatorade, Panini, Xfinity, Gainbridge, and State Farm. If you add up her estimated career earnings, they could surpass $400 million. Why? Because her most recent college game drew 24 million viewers, more than 3 times the audience that watched Serena Williams' final tennis match. And because more than 3 million people tuned in to watch her get drafted, Clark's criticism of WNBA salaries is really her way of standing up for her teammates and fellow players like Lexi Hull, who will make $71,769 this season.
Kelsey Mitchell was huge in that fourth quarter. You and her combined for 10 threes. How important of a role did she play in closing this game out?
Kelsey was awesome. I mean, she just steps up in big moments. That's just what she's done. She's done it all year, and I'm really happy for her.
For most WNBA players, endorsement opportunities are still few and far between. Meanwhile, Clark will likely continue breaking records, earning more money, and making headlines across the sports world. It's amazing what a month away from the game can do to refresh someone. Clark has been nothing but supportive of Hull, even joking that her social media profile is going to turn into a Lexi Hull fan page. Even though there have been other weeks when Caitlin Clark may have played just as well, this recognition still carries significant weight because it comes from the Associated Press rather than the WNBA itself. That said, I'm a little conflicted because I believe Kelsey Mitchell also had a very strong case for earning this week's AP Player of the Week honor. While Clark's award is certainly well-deserved, it also would have been great to see Mitchell receive the recognition because it would highlight her remarkable development and valuable contributions to the team. After all, the Fever are the only team in the league with multiple Player of the Week winners this season, which is quite an accomplishment. Her outstanding back-to-back performances showcased both her talent and determination, especially considering the questions surrounding her status earlier in the week. She has a ton of confidence and has been absolutely huge for our team. All season long, she has been a powerhouse, and this recognition only further highlights her incredible abilities. Although I may have preferred Mitchell for this particular week, it's difficult to argue against Clark's overall performance and the impact she's had on the game. Caitlin Clark is unlikely to win the WNBA award because she only played in 2 games during the opening week, so she's safe. The team can keep 6 players, and there's no way they would let Mitchell go, especially considering how well she's playing right now. Could we please stop talking about Rookie of the Year? Angel Reese has been doing a fantastic job, but now she's being compared to someone who is unquestionably among the top 5 players in the WNBA. Speaking of rookies and their performances, Reese's play has been among the best this season. Tammy mentions something about Rookie of the Year voting, but honestly, it's just not fair to compare Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark. What did Tammy say again? Oh, she brought up the mojo. That quote confused me at first. In the end, once we move beyond this debate, it won't just be about Caitlin Clark as Rookie of the Year. It will also be about her place among the greatest rookies of all time, even if she may not quite reach Candace Parker's MVP status. It's also important to note that Parker's outstanding season did not include Aya Wilson in the race, and Wilson could very well finish as the MVP runner-up during what many consider to be a historic regular season performance. However, the real discussion is likely to center on Maya Moore and Caitlin Clark. Caitlin is expected to lead in a number of statistical categories. While Maya's contribution to a championship team will be a major factor when evaluating players in WNBA history, both Aya Wilson and Breanna Stewart are unquestionably among the league's best players. Some people believe Wilson would take that honor, but the gap isn't as large as many might think. If Stewart weren't in a slump and had delivered stronger performances, we might be looking at a very different situation. It's also worth noting that while Aya scores plenty of points, some of those opportunities come more easily than Stewie's. For example, at the beginning of the season, when Aya's team had a 6-6 record, her scoring didn't appear to correlate with team success quite as much overall. Aya is still the superior player, but the more I watch, the less I believe it's simply a two-horse race with a distant third player. Take the Skylar Diggins-Smith incident, for example, which happened at the end of a game where Caitlin and her team had clearly outplayed their opponents. I know the referees didn't call it, but come on, that was just plain petty and reflected poorly on the coach and the team's lack of class. It wasn't a good look at all. Skylar gave Caitlin a forearm shiver. As unbelievable as it may sound, this situation really brings a much larger issue within the league into focus. They recently signed a massive $200 million television agreement that could increase to as much as $260 million per year. Looking at the television numbers, the Liberty, Aces game against the Mercury drew 21 million viewers. Meanwhile, the Liberty, Aces matchup featuring stars like Aya Wilson and Breanna Stewart attracted only 577,840 viewers on CBS. However, when you look at the actual ratings, the performance across the channel, including CBS, was a bit of a letdown overall. When you consider the Storm, Fever game on ABC, which drew 32 million viewers, it becomes clear that Caitlin Clark is the primary attraction driving those audience numbers, not anyone else. The difference is astounding. Those numbers fall nearly 400,000 viewers short by comparison. Now, let's go back to the forearm incident that Barstool shared, where the reactions have been incredibly intense. People are calling out the foul by Diggins-Smith that went uncalled at the end of the game, and the referees had every opportunity to step in but chose not to. There was a clear forearm shiver on the play. Some people have even gone so far as to call it assault, but I'm not sure I would go that far. Instead, it came across as poor sportsmanship and pitiful conduct from the players involved. Perhaps they were feeling a little envious and petty themselves, mirroring that kind of behavior on the court. Recently, Shannon Sharpe sat down with Chad Johnson, also known as Akasinko, on his podcast, where the conversation turned to Caitlin Clark. During their discussion, Shannon was very candid and open about his thoughts on Clark. Have you been watching what's happening in the WNBA? It's crazy, man. This Caitlin Clark lady is putting on a clinic and teaching everyone on the court. Shannon Sharpe made it clear that he agreed with that assessment. When has he ever been wrong? The feeling is that some of the other players simply can't handle a corn-fed kid from Iowa showing up and dominating the game. They may be frustrated by it, but when you look at the numbers, it's hard to deny that she's absolutely been delivering on the court. Hello, Caitlin. Congratulations on breaking a record that has stood since 1998. I'm incredibly proud of you because I know how hard you've worked to reach this moment. A lot of people have talked about your shooting, but I've always been fascinated by your passing, your court vision, and the way you make your teammates better. This record is in excellent hands, so keep doing what you do to elevate your game, the women's game, and the WNBA.